Om Sahana Bhavato Sahano Bhunakto Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotivisita Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vitvaram Vasudevendra Yogendram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitathaya Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate. Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate. Okay. The topic that we were seeing last time was the Jeev and Brahma Aikya through the Mahavakya called that thou art. Mahavakya called Tattvamasi. What we translated as that thou art in English. So we saw that the difference is how can the student ask, how can the Jeev be equated to that Ishwar? So we are not actually equating the Jeev to Ishwar. When we drop the conditionings of both of them, then what the essence is, we are equating that. That cannot be true. The essence is always one. Truth can only be one. So when we are drop the conditionings that the Jeev has taken many upadhis. Conditionings means upadhis. Upadhi is different and adjective is different. I hope you understand the difference. Adjective cannot leave that substance. It cannot leave, like the red flower. The redness cannot leave the flower. The flower cannot leave the redness. But here the upadhi means, conditioning means what? Conditioning means that two things are coming so close that as if a third thing is appearing on it, and the first thing has changed its texture, its qualities, and as if it has become something else, like the red prism. The hibiscus flower was kept near the prism. The prism was not red at all. It was transparent. But because of that red flower, the redness started reflecting on that prism, and now the prism through an angle appears to be red. That is called conditioning. And similarly here also, we have got that conditioning. Atma is not changed. Atma is the same Atma without any conditioning, without being in time, space, and object. So it has got no shape. It is not in time. We feel that we are in time. We celebrate our birthdays. We feel that death is approaching us slowly. We feel that we are here, whichever place we are in. We are, suppose I am in Guwahati now at present. I feel I am in Guwahati. I'm not in New Delhi. I'm not in Noida. I'm not in Chandigarh. I'm not in Kolkata. I'm not in Mumbai. I'm in Guwahati right now. And I have this thing. So this is different than that. That is different than this. So now and here, now and here, that and there, and this and that. Now and here, time. Space means now, here and now. Yes, here and there. Now and then means time. And this and that means object. These three are being negated. I hope you are understanding. Time, space, and object. In time, when we say here, this, now and then, now and then, this is negated. When we take out time, now and then is negated. When we say space is negated, means here and there, that is negated. I'm not here also, I'm not there also, I'm everywhere. I was not then and I was not now. I'm every time. I'm not an object. I'm objectless, this and that. So all these three, when they are refuted, that is the nature of that Atma really. It is everywhere. It is not, there's no place where that Atma is not there. Everything is superimposed on that Atma only. So when we are dropping those conditionings, actually the essence of that Atma and the essence of that Ishwar, they are same. Essence of the Jeev and the essence of the Ishwar are the same. When we equate it with the conditionings, there will be a disaster. So we cannot do that. So here also it was said that Jeev has got certain qualities. When we read the paragraph called Jeev and Ishwar, Jeev Sthula Sharirabhimani Jeev Namakam Brahma Pratibham. It is a reflection of that Brahma. Then it was said it has got avidya upadhi. We have to remember all these sentences. Better to remember all these sentences in Sanskrit only, so that we remember it in definition or in nutshell. Avidyopadhi san atma. Avidyopadhi san means that ignorance. It is with ignorance. It is with avidya upadhi. And avidya, it makes the jeev dance. Another name of avidya is Maya. But Maya, Nartaki Bichari. Maya is the Nartaki in case of Ishwar. And Jeev is the Nartak in case of us. And Jeev, the avidya makes the Jeev dance, whereas Maya dances in front of Ishwar. Ishwar makes the Maya dance. So we are completely under the clutches of Maya. Both are same. Avidya is also same, Maya is also same. They're synonyms. What is called avidya here is called Maya there. But the difference, main difference is we are under the spell of that avidya every time. We don't know. We are agya. We don't know anything. But he is sarvagya because he is the controller, yielder of that Maya. He knows everything. We don't know anything about us. We don't know anything about the objects around us. Tell me how many hair you have on your head. Tell me. You don't know what is going on in your body. You don't know. The things outside, you say that this is your husband, this is your wife, that is your children, these are your children. But what is going on in their mind, you don't know. You are possessing them. But since when are you possessing? Who were there before you possess them? Don't know anything. But we have certain issues. This house is mine. This job is mine. This work is mine. I am in certain situation. I'm going to go there. I won't go there. I have this person as a friend. I don't have this person as a friend. I know this person as my enemy, worst enemy. We don't know many things about the person in front of us, the situation, and we are having wrong notions. This is what a jeev is, and that jeev is under the influence of that Maya, avidya. Same Maya is called avidya in case of that jeev. And when it comes to Ishwar, in case of Ishwar, the Maya is being ruled upon by that Ishwar. Maya is ruled upon Maya. Whenever Bhagwan wants, Ishwar takes a sankalp, and that Maya fructifies everything. In seconds, everything is done. Sankalp matrena srishti bhavani. Sankalp, he takes a sankalp, he takes a resolution, and then that thing comes in front. It grossifies. Through what power? Through that power of Maya. So these were the differences. Then it was said that this is the jivas with ahankar. Sahankarasya. There were so many differences. Sahankarasya, kinchit gyasya. It is with ahankar. Ahankar means for everything it tries to possess. The knowledge it will try to possess, the thoughts it will try to possess. I want to do this, I don't want to do that. Everything. This is my body, this is my notion. I am doing as per this. And all these things tend to push him towards dharma and adharma, pap and punya, karma and akarma. All these things go on in his life. So sahankarasya and kinchit, yes, he knows very little about himself. But he feels that I know a lot. He feels that there's nobody knowing more than me. I have all the knowledge. But this Ishwar, he is Nirahankarasya. Why Nirahankarasya? Because everything he feels that is superimposed on me only. For possessing, you need somebody, something other than yourself. But there he only is there. He doesn't have any ahankar because he knows everything, whatever is seen, that is false. I don't have an ahankar of possessing my dream world, my dream house, my dream project. When I get up, I don't have that because I know that it was false. Similarly, Bhagwan also, Ishwar also takes everything as as his leela of Maya. He knows that nothing is very true here. Everything is false. Everything can be refuted, negated. That is why he does not have ahankar there. That is why he can do the menial work also. Like we cannot sweep the floor, mop the floor, wash the feet. We cannot go and do the work in the horse's stable. All these things we cannot do. He did not have any problem doing that. He did everything. He even carried the footwears of Draupadi and was walking behind her. He asked Draupadi to go and take lessons from Bhishma Pitama while he was quietly walking behind her. And then he saw, Are, you're wearing your footwears. The sound of this footwears, Bhishma Pitama will understand, recognize that this is Draupadi only. Take it out. Where shall I keep it? I'll carry it for you. He did not have any problem in that also. So he is like that because he does not have any ahankar. Nirahankara. So sarvagya se Ishvara se. That is sarvagya. He knows everything. This is the reason why, many people, they have a soft corner for Karna. If I tell you the aspect of Karna, when we are saying that he is sarvagya, he only has created everything. He wants us to be an instrument. What does a bhakta do? The bhakta changes the devotee, he changes his vision. He feels that let me be an instrument in his leela. I don't want to be myself in his leela. I want to be a flute. Why flute? Because flute has emptied itself. And when we empty ourselves, then we can be an instrument in his work, in his leela, in his project, in his big projects he undertakes. We don't know. So this bhakta, this Arjun in us can become a devotee in front of the Lord. But if he's Karna, he will say, he will try to find out the faults of the Lord also. You cannot find faults of the Lord. Whatever he is doing, that is called dharma because he is sarvagya. We do not know many things. We know very alpa. So when he proposes something, when he is telling us something, that should be done blindfoldedly. That yes, Bhagwan, when Bhagwan wants us to do something, I am ready to do that. This is because he is sarvagya. He knows all the fruits of action of everybody. Maybe through myself, through me, he wants to give fruit of action to somebody. There, I cannot gauge, I cannot try to analyze what is the person's future or what was his past. I cannot do that because I am alpagya. But he is knowing that as a jeev, this person needs to have this circumstance, situation, so that he can get purified and he can go ahead. So many things we do not know that Bhagwan knows. And therein, we should come to the conclusion that yes, whatever he is saying, if I am identified to a small body, I need some Ishwar. If I'm not, the moment I take out all my conditionings, I drop my conditionings, Ishwar also drops his conditioning. And then that Ishwar, the essence of that Ishwar and the essence of the Jeev is one only. That is only Tattvamasi. Okay, so till here we had seen, and then we came to Twampad Vachyartha and Tatpad Vachyartha also. Like Twampad Vachyartha and Lakshyartha, I had explained these two words. Now, what is Vachyartha and what is Lakshyartha? The direct meaning is called Vachyartha, and the indirect meaning, the intended meaning is called Lakshyartha. In my book, there is this paragraph is on page 89. So you can see iti chenna sthula sharirabhimani tvam pad vachyartha. So what is the direct meaning of tvam pad? Pad means, see, in Mahavakya, now, because we are analyzing that Mahavakya, tat tvam asi. It is made up of, the whole sentence is made up of three words. Padam. Suptigantam padam. Definition of padam is suptigantam padam. So there are three pada, three words. The first word is tat, second word is tvam, and the third word is asi. So with these three padas, this whole sentence is formed, this Mahavakya is formed. So tat tvam asi. Now, the intended meaning and the direct meaning of the word tat and the word tvam have been discussed. So when we say tvam, so here tvam has been taken first. When we say tvam, it is vachyarth means that sthul sharirabhimani. It is talking about us, the small, the micro, the jeev. Who is that vachyarth? The direct meaning is what? That jeev who is the possessor of all the three bodies, of the three avasthas, of the panchakoshas. It will include all. Sthul sharirabhimani will include all the five panchakoshas. It will include all the three stuff. And moreover, whatever thoughts are there in your mind, whatever sanskars are there in your causal body, everything will be included because he is the possessor of those things. That is called the direct meaning here. So when we are saying tvam, what does it mean? It means that sthula sharirabhimani, direct meaning. And what is the indirect meaning? Sometimes when we are talking also casually, then at that time, sometimes we say, I want your 2 minutes. Then the 2 minutes become 5 minutes. That is the lakshya, that I want to have some of your time. That does not mean that after 2 minutes you stop me and said, Amma, 2 minutes have passed. Now what do you want to do? You had said, you had asked only for 2 minutes. That was the direct meaning. And indirect meaning was that I want to talk to you about something, that I need some of your time. So here also that lakshyat, what does that mean again? The lakshyat will mean when we drop that identification of that jeev, whatever is left, that is the lakshyat. He is not that body, he is not the mind, he is not the sanskar, he is not the three avasthas plane of consciousness, because he is continuously hopping from one state to the other. At present, I hope we are all in waking state. Then we will go to swapnavastha, dream state. Then we will go to sushupti avastha. Then again we come back to Jagrat Avastha, waking state. So this jeev is continuously hopping from one state to the other. Sometimes he's identified to the Sthula Sharir, sometimes he's identified to the Sukshma Sharir, sometimes he's identified to one kosh only. When he is very conscious about his health, he's identified to the Annamay kosh. Then maybe he's hungry or something, he's tired. That time he's identified to the Pranamay kosh. This way it goes on. So when we are dropping that personalities who is identified to someone or the other object, at that time, whatever is left, that is the lakshyat, the intended meaning of that tvampad, the intended meaning. So when these two words are very important, lakshyat and vachyat, and we keep on using these two sentences casually also when we are colloquially interacting also with each other. We use these words many times, but we are not very conscious about it. When we are interacting, we take it very lightly. So here it is said that the tvampad meaning, the vachyartha meaning, is that sthula sharirabhimani, that jeev, who we call the jeev, tampad vachyartha, jeev ityadi, ityartha, upadhi vinirmuktam samadhi dasha sampannam shuddha chaitanyam tvampad lakshyartha. And when we drop that identification, then whatever is left, meaning what? When in samadhi avastha, when everything is left, whatever is left there, that is called the Tvampad Lakshyartha, Shuddha Chaitanyam. That Shuddha Chaitanya, the pure consciousness, that is untainted, untainted by time-space object, untainted by bodies, untainted by planes of consciousnesses, untainted by panchakoshas, everything, the sheets, everything, it is untainted. That is called the Shuddha Chaitanyam, that is the Lakshartha. Then the Tatpad was taken. What is the direct meaning of Tatpad? The Ishwar. Who is that Ishwar? Sarvakyadi, whatever Lakshan we had told earlier, with the Maya Upadhi, then without any ahankar, then with all the knowledge of the world, these three things. This is called the Ishwar. This is the direct meaning of Tatpat. The direct meaning. When we are talking about that Ishwar, this is direct meaning. He is the holder of the world. He is the creator. He is the sustainer. He is the destroyer. Now see, Navratri is also coming. She is the one who's that Ishwari. Ishwari who is creating everything, who is sustaining everything, who will destroy everything when time comes. Again, she will create everything. She is the one. Okay, so with the conditionings of Maya, she becomes something, or the Lord, he becomes something. He is the protector. When we are praying, he listens to us. When we want to give something, he becomes the taker. When we want something, he becomes the giver as per our desires and as per our papa and punya. So he is the one. If we are talking, he becomes the listener. If we want to love somebody, he becomes the lover. He becomes the beloved. As per our requirements, as per our desires, he has the capacity, that Ishwar, with the power of Maya, has the capacity to become something, to give something, to take something, to do something. So this is with the upadhi of that Maya. That Shuddha Chaitanya only, when it is associated with that Maya, it is called that Ishwar. Upadhi Shunyam, Shuddha Chaitanyam, Tatpat Lakshartha. But what is the intended meaning here? What is the Lakshartha here? Lakshartha means what? Lakshartha means when we are taking out the garb of that Ishwar. What was the garb? That Maya. Garb was that Maya. So when we are taking out that garb, whatever he was, the conditionings we had applied on him, so Sarvagyatva, Nirahankaras, Nirahankriti, then Maya Upadhi. When we are taking out all those things, then whatever is left is the Shuddha Chaitanya only. Here, both of them, those two we are equating. Jeev also without that garb and Ishwar also without that garb. When we are equating both of them, what is left is the Shuddha Chaitanya only. These two are equated. This is called Tattva Masi. Asi is the equating pada. Equating pada. Both are being equated now. Evam cha jiva ishwarayoho chaitanya rupena abhedhe bhadaka bhavaha. Now, after that, after the conditionings are dropped, the identifications are dropped, what is left is the Shuddha Chaitanya. What is told here is this Aikyam only, that both of them have abhed in them. They are non-differentiated. They are same. The one Shuddha Chaitanyam only is appearing through that Avidya Upadhi as Jeev and through that Maya Upadhi as Ishwar. I hope you don't have any confusion regarding how many Atmas are there. I hope so. Because there can be only one Atma. There can be only one truth. There can be only one Brahma. Okay, that Brahma only, that Atma only, when it gets reflected through some mediums, through various mediums, then whatever comes in front of us is there are so many jivas, there are reflected consciousnesses. Okay, this we had seen. Now we'll go ahead. Evam cha, man of realization. Now we are coming to another topic. This is called the Jivan Mukti Prasanga. Okay, this is very, very interesting. So we will continue this topic now. We have come to the end of this book, Tattvamasi. Tattva Bodh. Evam cha Vedanta Vakyehi Sadguru Upadeshena cha Sarveshu api Bhuteshu Yesham Brahma Buddhir Utpanna Te Jivan Muktaha Ityarthaha. Evam cha, in this way. What in this way? As we have done, as we have been doing. We have been trying to analyze the nature of Atma. What it is not, we are dropping. And then whatever is left, that is the nature of Atma. We are not making anything. We are not designing that Atma. We are not trying to take out something from that it is not. Okay, we are just taking out whatever it is not. And whatever is left, evam cha Vedanta Vakyehi, with the this is called Shodhan. What we did just now is called Shodhan. Shodhan means to cleanse of all the dirts. So we were cleansing all those things. We were cleansing the Jeev, we were cleansing the Ishwar. Cleansing the Ishwar means what? Shodhan means what? Dropping the upadhis that the Ishwar has, dropping the upadhis that the Jeev has. When it is dropped, what is left is that Shuddha Chaitanya only, Vedanta. So through what did we know? Through Vedanta Vakyehi, by Karta ne karm ko karn. It is Tritiya, Vedanta Vakyehi, by those statements of the Vedanta Vakya Mahavakyas that we saw just now. We saw Tattvamasi. But did we do it directly? No. Sadguru Upadeshena. Sadguru Upadeshena means what? Because we need to understand these Mahavakyas are very ticklish in nature. It is not preferred to directly read it and try to understand. We should try to listen through some guru. Sadguru Upadeshena cha. Now, through Sadguru Upadeshana, again, here also means that it has to have Shraddha also. Okay, so faith also is, underlining the statement of Sadguru Upadeshana means also that there Shraddha is also required. If you try to see, Shraddha Kidrishi. In my book, it is on page 21. When we were explaining the Shat Sampatti, Shamadhi Sadhan Sampatti Ka, and in that statement, it was said Shamaha, Damaha, Shama, Dama, Uparati, Uparama, Titiksha, and then came Shraddha. So what was the definition given was Shraddha Kidrishi, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu, Vishwasa Shraddha. Isn't it? So in the Guru and in the Vedanta Vakyeshu, so Bhashyakar, Bhagwan Bhashyakar, he never divorces Shastra and the Guru. Always, wherever you see, even when we in the future, if we see the Bhashyam also, in the Upanishads also, he will always, wherever there is Shastra word coming, he will try to bring in Guru also. Because he does not prefer independent listening, he does not prefer independent reading. And that's true also, because when we listen to something, when we read something on ourselves, the chances are there that we misinterpret some things, some notions that is not under the parampara of the lineage of the gurus. So it is better, because these words, they are ticklish in nature. They are not direct in nature. They'll say something that we won't be able to understand. Or second thing, what happens is that it wants us to curtail our ahankar. It wants that we should drop our ahankar. But after reading this on our own, our ahankar only increases that I have known this. I have this jnana. When I listen to it through Guru Mukh, at that time, one vritti also comes in me that yes, this knowledge has been given to me by somebody. This knowledge has been bestowed upon me with grace, with kripa, through love, by somebody, and that is where I should remain obliged. I should be very humble in that place. So my ahankar is subdued at that place. My ahankar does not pop up. This ahankar always tries to find out an opportunity wherever it can pop up its head, and it wants to show off. So in this margin, on this path, this ahankar is our greatest enemy. So when we read anything on our own, there is one more ahankar. We have so many ahankars as it is. There's one more ahankar that I have read this. So always, that is why Bhagwan Bhashyakar will always tell you that Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu, Guru should be associated with Vedanta Vakya. Guru should be associated with the Shastra. So it is better that Sadguru Upadeshena, that is why he has included this here also, the Sadguru Upadeshena. It should not be read on your own. It should be heard from the Sadguru through Shraddha, with Shraddha. If you have a Guru also, but you do not have Shraddha that whatever he is speaking is right, is as per the scriptures, then you won't have that Prama won't be it won't be made in you. Because the Shraddha is not the Shraddha is the one that makes that Prama in us stronger. If there is Shraddha, even if I don't understand something, many times it happens that I don't understand what my Guru told. But still, I I give him space, I give him time, I give myself time, I give myself time, I give myself space, I give him time, I give him space. So let for the time being that topic be parked. But I have full Shraddha that whatever is being said is true. Maybe I am not able to understand at this point of time. Maybe later on, when this point comes again, with my more experiences, with the time passing by, maybe this point will be cleared later on. So I keep the topic parked. So let me see it later. But the Shraddha only makes that topic parked. Otherwise, what will happen? If I have Ashraddha, I will find faults in the speaker, in the Guru, and I'll say whatever he is speaking, I don't know from where he takes out these things, how he speaks. I don't believe in him. And whatever afterwards also I'll start listening, all will be a wastage of time and energy. His time also, my time also. And there will be no output, no result as such. That's why this Shraddha is very important when we are listening to somebody. This Shraddha only helps us to move forward. Okay, I didn't understand this, but I do not have doubt upon the Vakya that whatever you are saying is right or wrong. You say that means it is right only. It is my fault that I'm not able to understand right now. For that, I give myself space and time. I'll understand later on. Maybe with my more experiences when I gather, that will click someday. See, so many times I have read this Tattva Bodh. Every time something or the other new comes up in my mind. So whenever we are going through this with Shraddha, with Bhakti, through Guru Upadesh, then new things come up. So here also it is said Sadguru Upadeshena with that Shraddha, when these three things, Mahavakya, Sadguru Upadesh and Shraddha, then there's a confluence of all these three things. Then what happens? There's a Prama formed in our mind. What is that Prama? The Prama that is formed is Sarveshu Bhuteshu Yesham Brahma Buddhi Rutpanna. Sarveshu Bhuteshu means on all the beings, he sees that only one supreme truth. He can see that one supreme truth. He does not differentiate anything from himself. He feels that my Atma is only in the Atma of that ant also, in the elephant also, in the trees also, in the buildings also, in the animate and the non-animate also, in sentient, insentient also. Everywhere, wherever I see, I can see myself only getting reflected. This is the highest stage, and this is what is called the Jivan Mukta. Te Jivan Mukta Ityartha. When this Prama forms, he is called the Jivan Mukta. See, this concept is only in our culture, only in Hinduism, if you say, in Sanatan Dharma. Jivan Mukti means what? This word is this word is actually a paradoxical statement. What is it? What does paradoxical mean? Paradoxical means very opposite in nature. it is contradicting its own self. Like when we are saying the other theories, other religion, they feel that when the sharir is dropped, when the body is dropped, at that time, after that dropping, he will get liberated. Mukti is not while living. Mukti is after death. Like even the Jain, they say that there is something called Pudgal. And when this, they, Alokakash, when this Pudgal, the Atma, with a lot of, sanskars or lot of pap, he does a lot of tapasya, he gets purified, and then he travels after leaving the body. Mind that, after leaving the body, not during that body. After leaving the body, he goes to some space where it is called Alokakash, near about our heaven. So he goes there, and there he becomes Tirthankar after he has purified himself, after he has got knowledge. The Muslims also, they feel that the Atma goes to Jannat, that is their liberation. But here, when we are talking about our scriptures, Sanatan Dharma says with full confidence that even while living, a person can be liberated. And this is the word Jivan Mukta. Jivan means what? Present continuous. Jivan means while living. Jivan is not that Hindi Jivan, okay? Jivan means present continuous. That is why Khadan, like it is said, Khadan Gachati. While eating, he is walking. Pathan Kathayati. Vadati, Pathan Vadati. While he's studying also, he's talking also. Pathan Vadati. So it is present continuous. So Jivan means what? While living. And Mukti means what? While living only he's liberated. So this is as a contradictory statement that while living, how can? Because the body is there. The body is the source of all limitations. And you are saying that he is liberated even while living. Please try to understand this word. This word is a bit catchy. It is a technical word. If you don't understand it, it will be a problem. So while living only Sanatan Dharma says, promises that a person can be liberated. We are not waiting for a death to happen. Uriya Baba, somebody went to Uriya Baba and asked that Mahatma has dropped his body, has taken samadhi. Will he get liberated or not? Uriya Babaji said that there is no connection between death and liberation. Even while living also one can get liberated. How do you connect both of them, death and liberation? It is not possible. So even while living, if one has got that, this prama has been made. What prama? Sarveshu bhuteshu yesham brahma buddhirutpanna. In each and every being, he can see the same Atma only reflected. Then while living only, he is Jivan Mukta Ityartha. He is liberated while living only. He does not have to wait for some other time or to drop the body. Okay, so this is the thing that is told. Ityartha. This is told here. Now we will move ahead. So at present, what is happening? Our experience and this experience, the scriptures, what they say, they don't match. So there are three words: Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. I have told you many times, I repeat these things many times. So these three should be in a line. What? Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. Shruti means what? The words of the scriptures. Yukti means what? The logic. And Anubhuti means my experience. All these three should be in one line. It should match. At present, what is happening? If I try to see who am I logically, am I this body? I cannot be this body. Try to understand, try to analyze for yourself only whatever you have heard a little bit. Try to understand, who was I before this body? If I am this body, okay, if I am this body, Then when the moment I drop this body, I'll get liberated. I should get liberated. Then there is no pap or punya attached to this, because I drop this body and then I get liberated. Again, I won't have any body. But this does not happen, because whenever I'm born with a certain type of body. I'm born with a certain type of mind. That means I'm not a clean slate. I feel that I was a clean slate. खाली हाथ आए थे, खाली हाथ जाएंगे. This does not apply through yukti, logically. I've told you, I've given umpteen times, I've given you the example of two kids born in the same hospital. One is born with a lot of defects, the other one is happy-go-lucky child, is smiling and is cheerful, and the parents are also very happy. And the other one is kept in the incubator. He can't see his parents also, he can't touch his mother also. He's fed through a tube. He's just born, new baby. How come this difference? It is only because we are not clean slate. The past burden of our karma, the past burden of our actions, they continue. And we are born with that. So we are not this body. Because somebody else is... Okay, now another point. If we are this body, where is that body when we go to deep sleep? Where is that? Are we identified to this body? That means what? When we are going to deep sleep, we are not identified either to our mind, either to the gross body, not to the sanskars. Nothing is there at that time. That means there has to be some entity that exists without these three bodies also. Try to think. Stop and think. That every day, aharnisham Brahma pratigacchati. I every day visit that Brahma to my own swarup, to my own self. I am visiting every day. And that is the source of all our energy also. If we don't go and visit there properly, our energy will be dissipated. The whole day will feel very low because we didn't visit ourselves. During deep sleep only we visit ourselves. So at that time, I am nobody. I'm not my body, whatever name I have got, whatever gender I have got. I don't have any identification at that time. Maybe I was very, very sad. Maybe I was very, very happy at that time before I slept. I have dropped that mind also. I have dropped that sorrow, or I have dropped that happiness also. Maybe I got married yesterday. My spouse is with me. I have dropped that also. Who else can be more happy than that? I need not explain to you all. You all are married, mostly. But I have dropped, I go to sleep after that. Can you imagine? There is nothing. So what I mean to say is, when there is some entity that is unidentified to everything, it is not identified to any body, nor any avastha, nor any mind, nor any intellect, nor any culture or sanskar. I am that. Just stop there. I am that. Who takes the body? That Jeev is taking one body after another. As we change our garbs, as we change our clothes, similarly, that Atma is taking, that Jeev, is taking various shapes, various bodies, various minds through its sanskars, through its mind, through its pap and punya. It is the one who's traveling. Our attention should go there. Okay, so here when we are seeing this, yukti, through yukti, I can make it out. See, we were talking about those three words. Come back again. Shruti, yukti, and anubhuti. But at present, my anubhuti says what? My anubhuti says I'm going to celebrate my 60th birthday after a year. Acha, you'll be 60? Yes. Yes, I'll become 60 now. Okay. So the whole family is going to gather. Everybody is going to celebrate. I feel I am in a particular body. I'm going to celebrate. Celebrate means what? Happiness will be there. Now at present, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I am going to postpone my happiness when that birthday comes. That day, when I see everybody, when everybody's enjoying, at that time, I'll be very, very happy. Not that I'm happy right now. That is my anubhuti. That is my experience. I am aging. How am I aging? When I see my white hair, when I see the wrinkles on my face, when I see the change in my face, when I compare my two photographs and I see that I've changed a lot, at that time I suddenly feel, oh, I'm aging now. So this is my anubhuti. Through Shruti, through Yukti, we have to change our anubhuti. And when we have the Shraddha Rani in our hearts, and that time the Shraddha helps us to let that topic be. It says that your anubhuti will change in time. You have your faith in the words of the teacher. You have the faith in the words of the scriptures. Just let time pass. Your anubhuti will change in time. And sometimes it happens the other way around. It happens that from the beginning only, we are very mature. From the beginning only, our anubhuti, though there is no direct experience from the world, but I am sure that this world is a source of all problems from the very beginning. I am sure that this world is changing. I am sure that nobody will last long with me here in this world. Everybody has got a certain tenure. They come around us and they'll leave us. Where are your friends who were there in your when you were a toddler, or when you were in your kindergarten, or when you were a teenager? All of them have disappeared. Where is your body at that time when you were in your mother's womb? That has disappeared. When you came out, when you were born, it also disappeared. Afterwards, when you started growing, it also disappeared. This body will also disappear. So I try to think logically and try to change my experiences. If I have those experiences from the very beginning, I congratulate you, because you have done that manan in the past births, and you have affirmed, you're firm in your notion that whatever I'm thinking is as per the Shruti and the Yukti. I'm not thinking anything illogical here. Whatever, because maybe sometimes that person has not heard about the Shruti, he has not gone to any satsang. You may find people around you like that also. Maybe your kids are like that. Maybe somebody in younger generation is like that. You can find out that whatever I am gaining through my experiences is already has, because he has done it in his past births. And that knowledge is so firm in him that from the very beginning, he feels that, yes, I cannot go deep into this sansar because I'll get burned. If I go too much into some relationship, I'll get burned. If I go too much deep into some project, I'll get burned. So I want to keep myself in the threshold so that whenever time permits me, I can just jump out back to my own self, to my own nature. I don't want to go very deep into this, because this will create a lot of problems. I have created a prama, I have created a quiet mind, and it took me a long time to make that mind. And I don't want to I don't want to destroy that mind, destroy that quietness, the peace in my mind. I want to keep it with myself. When this happens, this Shruti and Yukti and Anubhuti, they come in one line. This Jivan Mukta happens. This is the state of that Jivan Mukta. Like sometimes what happens that when we are seeing I'll take the example of the Sarp and the Rajju, the rope and the snake. Sometimes what happens when I'm looking at it, I find it, oh, when there's half darkness and half light, I feel that there is a snake there. So I am sarpaha, idam sarpaha. Okay, this anubhuti is there. But when the light is thrown, that idam sarpaha becomes that this is iyam rajjuhu. Rajju, this is nothing but the rope. So that the anubhuti is now changed. So after some time, today we have a certain anubhuti. Let the time pass with certain time and with certain logics. Are slowly this vivek will come. Vivek will dawn, and when we start doing all these three viveks, discriminate between everything, this logic will be very, very firm in our mind that this sansar is not worth staying in for a long time. This sansar has to be, this world has to be used as an instrument. Like we are seeing in Panchadashi also, this Ish Srishti is not Badhak, but it is Sadhak. It is an instrument made for us to go to the Lord Himself, to go to our own Swarup, to go to our innermost self, to our own nature. We should know our nature. Find out, continuously keep finding out what is Satya, what is Mithya. Apply the definitions everywhere, and then get rid of all the eyes, the small, small eyes that are sitting on that big eye. There's one aham that is not changing at all. And on that eye, small, small eyes are hopping. I am sad, I am this, I have to talk, I have to eat, I have to go there, I don't like this person, I want that, I don't want that. All these small, 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 small eyes are hopping on that big eye, that unchanging eye. That unchanging I am. My attention should go there continuously. Okay, so I'm not this body at all. Once there was one poet called Muhammad Jaisi. He was very, very ugly, very, very ugly. So he came to some darbar, to some palace where the king was sitting in his court, and everybody started laughing, looking at him. Everybody started laughing. So he coined one line and he said, "Mo par hasao ki kumhar par." You feel that you are all very learned people, and this court is consists of very learned gems and all. But are you laughing at me, or are you laughing at the potter who has made this body? That was the case. So my attention should always be on that one truth. Wherever outside things, at the Vyavhar level, let it go. Let it go on. I don't have any problem. Let it go on. Continue. The five elements, the body made up of five elements, is interacting with the world of five elements. I myself, who am separate than all this, I myself who am separate than the mind also, I'm a witness to all. I'm looking at it, I'm seeing everything, but I'm not changing. This is the fruit of upasana. A lot of upasana has to be done. Then this instrumentship comes. Moh par hasao ki, this is the line spoken by Muhammad Jaisi. It is in Hindi. Ashtavakra ji must have spoken in Sanskrit. This is the line spoken. So there are many instances, the same point has been elaborated by many saints and people, so like that. So now we come to Tatpad Shodhan. Tatpad Shodhan also we had done. So now Guru Upadeshena. See, the word here is Sadguru Upadeshena. So Updesh has got the word dish plus up. So dish means what? To show, to show. And up means what? To show, which is the closest. Upadesh means to show, to direct. Dish means to show, and Upa means very close. So by the thought of the knowledge which is closest, because ignorance is the closest. So he gives us the knowledge that is the closest. He tells us about ourselves only. So whatever the way we listen, say if we listen with a lot of humility and tapasya, that will increase. If we listen with a lot of ahankar, that will increase. If we want to listen with matsarya, that will increase. So it depends with which attitude we are listening to the Upadesh of the Guru, that will increase in us. So, Sadguru Upadeshena, the darshan of the Mahapurush does not give us does not give us punya. Sorry, darshan of the saint gives us punya, but it does not give us gyan. You have to have a acharya, you have to have a talking, speaking teacher who will give you gyan. Okay, only a photograph, only some person very far away from you, whom you think to be your guru, that won't be possible. Because we need somebody live in flesh and bones who will continuously guide me through his words. So that is why the Ved says Acharyavan Purusho Veda. He only knows who has got Acharya. And Acharyavan means what? That Acharya should be there continuously with him. It's not that he is there for a certain period of time, and then he vanishes. Then he's talking to the photo. It won't happen. So Acharyavan means what? Van means Vatu Pratyay, one who possesses. So that Purusha, that student, he should possess that Guru. If he possesses that Guru, only then that knowledge can be possessed. So Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Who knows who has that Acharya? Okay, somebody is there whom he can use. He can go and talk to. He can go and remove his doubts. That is called Acharyavan Purusha Veda. And very few people, very lucky few are there who get a Acharya. Very lucky few. So we are very lucky like that we have our acharyas with us. So this way, evam cha Vedanta Vakyehi. Very act of taking that knowledge gives us humility. The very act of taking that knowledge, I did not learn, but I was conferred with that knowledge. This prama happens. What happens? That I did not take that knowledge, but I was conferred, I was graced upon that knowledge was given to me. I was not adhikari of that knowledge, but that knowledge was given to me through his grace, through his kripa. And mind becomes very humble after that. So one who is very, very intelligent also should study from somebody, should not study independently. He should go to some well-versed person who can teach him something. Okay, otherwise another ahankar comes up. Aham Tattva Bodham Janami. Aham Vedanta Saram Janami. Panchadashi Janami. But another, I have come here to remove all these things, but another, again, it will come back. So thought of gratefulness, humility, it also develops when we start hearing from somebody. That is very important. Otherwise, a person becomes very arrogant. He becomes very haughty after having this knowledge. He feels, I know better than this person. I have heard so much. What happens ultimately? Sarveshu Bhuteshu Brahma Buddhirutpanna. He has this Brahma Buddhi, this Buddhi, Brahma Buddhi, this is made. Understanding born out of Praman. What is the Praman? Praman is the Shastra. Praman is the Guru. These two, they bring the Brahma in front of you. They bring the Buddhi in front of you. This consciousness is appearing. This consciousness I can see appearing as chair, as table, as the birds, as the animals, as the trees, everything up. Whatever I can see, everything is consciousness alone. What is Brahma? Brahma is that ignorance. I'm seeing something as something else. This is called Brahma, not Brahma. Brahma, sense of illusion. And when Brahma came, it threw away the Brahma. It has thrown away that Brahma. The ignorance, the thought of ignorance is gone. We can remove Brahma, but we cannot remove Brahma. Brahma can be removed because it's not real. It's made up of ignorance. But when that Brahma is strong, because of that Praman, because of that Guru, because of that scriptures, it becomes so strong, it cannot be removed. When the Praman is perfect, like if I tell you that that fire is very cold, you can just walk on it. You'll say, what are you talking, Amma? I have burnt myself so many times. Fire is always hot. Because your Praman, the touch aspect, the Praman, the instrument of touch was very strong. That is why it made your Prama strong, that no, fire is always hot and I get burnt every time. So even if everybody tells you that fire is cold, you won't believe them because your Prama is strong there. Who made it? Your Praman made that Prama, that fire is always hot. It can't be cold. So in this way here, if your Prama is strong, if it has been made by the Guru and by the scriptures from perfectly, it cannot be removed. It will remove the Brahma and it will get stabilized there. Okay, so this is what is here is called Brahma Buddhir Utpanna Te Jivan Mukta Ityartha. So Praman, that Praman should be abadhitam. Another word I'm giving you, abadhitam, asandigdham. It should not be negated or refuted, or it should not have any doubt. That Praman should be such that it should not be badhitam, it should not be refuted, that I am refuting it or it got cancelled, or asandigdham. It should not be having any doubt aspect in it. Okay, so this Jivan Muktaha Ityartha. After this, Nanu Jivan Muktaha Kaha. I want to listen to more about the characteristics of Jivan Mukta. This is what the student asked. This we'll see tomorrow morning because today's time is over. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari